Game of Thrones. Have you watched it? The series. Have you watched it? I finished watching it and I've been meaning to share my thoughts and impressions, so here I come. I'd like to start by saying that this show is one of those pieces of cinema that people should be familiar with, like a classic work that everyone should know. For anyone attempting to understand anything regarding politics and human nature influencing politics, this show is what I would recommend. Now, my father, he likes to point out that this show is a great example of people not just being good or bad, and that the world isn't all black and white. And you might think, well, this is true for so many shows, and you're right. However, this show, Game of Thrones, it takes this idea to a completely different level. Now, I personally like to point out that despite it being a fantasy where magic exists, witches cast their sorcery, dead people walking dead they call it, dragons flying around, all of that doesn't really take away from it being real. It doesn't take away from its realism, in that there's no telling who's going to survive and who's going to die. Because in this world, magic isn't always the solution, nor is it the strongest force in the story. So you keep wondering how things are going to turn out. And maybe this even reinforces the idea that people deal with their challenges having or using the means available to them. As you can probably tell, there's so many things to appreciate about this series, but I think that the dialogue deserves the most attention. So, let me quote some of the parts that stood out to me. Power resides where men believe it resides. It's a trick, a shadow on the wall. Lord Varys. If you're going to write histories, you need to do the research. If you want people to read your histories, you need a bit of style. Archmaester Ebrose. We're part of something larger than ourselves. Lots of horrible shit in this world gets done for something larger than ourselves. Clegane the Hound. I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching and follow for more.